Well, it's a new high today for the number of coronavirus cases in the U.S. More than 81,000 new cases have been logged just in the past 24 hours. So this brings your total number of reported cases to more than 4 million. So far, California has recorded more than 422,000 cases. That's surpassing New York totals. Also on the rise, the number of people applying for unemployment benefits. The numbers put even more pressure on lawmakers who have to decide whether to extend the extra benefit payments that are set to expire next week. Now, extending those benefits could be just one part of a $1 trillion stimulus package proposal. More stimulus checks or a payroll tax cut for businesses could also be a part of this plan.
Health officials in New Jersey are now investigating a cluster of coronavirus cases in Middletown. Authorities say the roughly 20 cases are connected to a house party happened on July 11th on West Front Street. All of the cases are teenagers between 15 and 19 years old. Middletown's mayor today stressed it is crucial. Anyone who is at that party needs to come forward so the state can trace the cases.
I desperately want to see Middletown, Monmouth County, and the state reopen. But we have to break the chain of this infection. And until we do that, we're not going to be able to open up anything.
Mayor calling on anyone who is at that party to now quarantine for 14 days and to monitor for symptoms.
Starting tonight, the party's going to end a little bit earlier on Long Beach, Long Island. In an effort to prevent overcrowding, the beach is going to close at 8 p.m. The boardwalk, 9. As for the weekends, only Long Beach residents will be allowed on the beach. City officials say they don't have the space or the resources to handle those after-hours beach parties out there.
There is relief coming for families in the city as this stretch of extreme heat continues. Public pools will start reopening tomorrow across the 5 boroughs. 8 pools will be part of the first wave, at least 1 in each borough, and then another 7 are going to open up next Saturday. As you can imagine, there are new pandemic safety rules in place. Let's go to News 4's Andrew Siff live in East Harlem to explain them for us. Andrew.
No question, Stefan. It's happening at just the right time. The height of summer. It's really hot out here. You can imagine a lot of kids in the neighborhood ready to jump into the pool. And normally, when 53 pools across the 5 boroughs open up, it creates a really big splash. Well, it's only a quarter of that number this year, so it's a much smaller splash. The pool is empty today. It might look a little more like this tomorrow. Traditional opening day of the New York City pool season arriving in late July instead of late May, thanks to the pandemic. And it arrives with a major new rule, a 30% reduction in capacity under CDC guidelines.
I'm at a safe distance.
Parks Commissioner Mitchell Silver in his first formal news conference since March 12th.
We didn't want this to be the first year in the history of our pools not being open.
To make it possible, Silver said the city had to train 225 lifeguards and develop new social distancing rules, even adding an ambassador to make sure locker room visits are quick, and a system for limiting groups outside.
If the lines are a little bit too crowded, each pool manager will have the option of giving someone a bracelet, and they can come back at a specific time.
Here are the 8 pools opening tomorrow: in the Bronx, Mullally Pool in Highbridge; in Brooklyn, Sunset and the Kosciuszko Pool in Bed-Stuy; in Manhattan, Wagner here in East Harlem; in Queens, Liberty in Jamaica and Fisher in East Elmhurst; and on Staten Island, Tottenville and Lyons. 7 other pools opening August 1st.
Having 15 public pools up and running in the heart of summer is going to be really great, even with those limits.
But some residents are skeptical.
Too close, and the pool's too small, so I don't know. But the kids will have fun for the rest of the summer.
While others are scared it's too much too soon.
We got to protect our health, because it's still COVID-19, and people from Florida could be driving up here, and they could bring the disease back over here.
And you may recall back in April, Mayor de Blasio said there was simply no way to open city pools this summer because of the threat of coronavirus. After the numbers went way down in the city, the mayor's office took a fresh look and they came up with this plan. 15 of the 53 pools, and as you heard, a lot of social distancing limitations built in. Live in East Harlem, Andrew Siff, News 4 New York.
All right, Andrew, getting a chance to cool off a bit. Thanks so much. Governor Cuomo unveiled a new coronavirus PSA that's targeted towards younger people.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends.
The governor said that young adults aren't taking this deadly virus seriously. He called out individuals and groups who aren't social distancing and they aren't wearing their masks. In fact, just in the past 2 weeks, New York has seen an uptick in infection rates among people in their 20s. The governor quoted the Beastie Boys with this message.
This is not the time to fight for your right to party. There is an attitude that young people are immune. You are not.
He again asked that local governments, quote, step up and do their job to enforce the safety measures.
It was supposed to be April. After a nearly 4-month delay, there's less than 3 hours to go until the first pitch of the Yankees season. Bronx Bombers are in Washington, D.C. to take on the Nationals, the reigning World Series champions. But there is a new twist to tonight's game. One of the Nats' key players just tested positive for COVID-19. Let's go to News 4's Bruce Beck joining us now with the latest on this hiccup before the game there, Bruce.
Stefan, there's already a coronavirus wrinkle on opening day. Nats phenom Juan Soto tested positive for COVID-19 and will not play. These types of developments are inevitable, but the show will go on, weather permitting, of course. It's the Yankees and Nationals in D.C. Believe it or not, it comes 119 days after the originally scheduled MLB opener.
It's a privilege to be a part of a major league opening day.
There's nothing like opening day in baseball, even if it's in late July. And after months of waiting, Yankees fans will finally get to see the $324 million man take the mound. Yes, new ace Garrett Cole makes his debut against Nationals 3-time Cy Young Award winner Max Scherzer.
A few months ago, we weren't quite sure if we were ever going to be in this position, so definitely really fortunate to be here, ready to deal with whatever the season continues to throw our way. And just, I think all of us are excited to kick off the season.
There won't be any fans in the stands to start the season, but baseball diehards have been craving live action for months, and the Bronx Bombers want to put on a show for the fans watching at home.
There's a lot of anticipation and a lot of build-up, and we're excited about this opportunity. We look forward to hopefully some point later in the season playing in front of some fans, but I know we'll have a lot of fans tuned in on TV tonight, and hopefully look forward to giving them something to cheer about.
Oh, yes. There will be a special guest in the house tonight at Nationals Park, Dr. Anthony Fauci. He will throw out the ceremonial first pitch.
The feel you get when you go to a stadium, particularly a stadium as beautiful as Nats Stadium. You're there, it's the evening, you get that summer warmth, the little breeze. I mean, there's nothing better than that. It's just amazing.
Fauci said he will be nervous tonight throwing out the ceremonial first pitch, but really, there's no need to worry. If he bounces it, no one will boo. Stefan and Natalie, baseball fans everywhere will be cheering at home tonight.
Yeah, Bruce, I think you're 100% right. We've all had our first pitches. We've all thrown those out. Bruce has done pretty well with
I like Dr. Fauci talking
well,
baseball.
don't we?
Yeah.